Radio Exterior de España.
English Language Service.
Javier Vargas is a Spanish guitarist who has made a career of playing the blues. He's in fact one of the few Spanish blues guitarists who's played as much outside of Spain as here at home. And Javier Vargas is the founder of the Vargas Blues Band back in the early 90s. And the Vargas Blues Band today is alive and well and has just released a new album, Hard Time Blues. But the song we were just singing, Palace of the King, is from Javier Vargas's second-to-last album, From the Dark. And it's a song that is inspired by the music of Freddie King. Is that right, Javier?
Yes, right.
And if Freddie King is one of the blues guitarists that has inspired you?
Yes, was one of my big influence in the blues. A long time ago when I was here, the guitar of and the voice of Freddie King, I was completely in shock, and I like playing that way.
Was that what hooked you on the blues, or what experience was it way back when you fell in love with the blues? Was it Freddie King, or was it someone else that first made you open your ears to the blues?
No, I opened my ears to the blues with the English movement of blues from the end of the 60s. Alexis Corner, John Mayer and the Blues Breaker, and Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green. That was my first experience in listening the blues with the English musicians. And after, when I was in the school, I listened Cream. After Cream, Jimi Hendrix, and from this white musician from England or America, I go straight into the American blues. I start to listen, for example, Otis Rush. Robert Johnson, B.B. King, Freddie King. I meet Otis Rush by the song "I Can Quit You, Baby" from Led Zeppelin. And when I read the credits of the album, I read somebody say Otis Rush, and I looking the record of this guy to hear what kind of...
Back when there were record stores to visit.
Right.
So you fell in love with the blues, and not too much longer after that, you actually went to the United States you moved there, didn't you? To live.
Yes, I was in Latin America when I was kid, and in Argentina, Mar del Plata. I started to play the guitar there.
But you were born in Madrid, right?
I was born in Madrid, but my mother and my father moved to Latin America, and I started to play the guitar when I was in the school, and after
in Buenos Aires,
in Mar del Plata.
Mar del Plata
was the first city that I meet people with electric guitar. I started in a garage. I play in Mar del Plata is a city like California. A lot of small houses with a garage, and many bands play in the weekend in the garage. and I'm a garage musician. I start play with friends in a garage we take the cars out of the garage and put the drums, some very cheap amplifier, and we start to make a lot of noise. And the neighborhood is screaming, "Hey, what happened?" No, but many bands in that era. In that era, everybody want to play guitar. But especially was the era of Woodstock, when we saw Woodstock or the movie Let It Be, or all this kind of influence in the rock and the Woodstock, the Who, Changes After, Santana, kind of hit, influenced my generation to buy a guitar and play.
And then, were you living in Latin America when you first went to the United States, or were you back in Spain?
The first place that I was in the United States was Miami. I take a flight from Caracas, Venezuela to Miami, and I was in Miami only 2 days, and I get the Greyhound bus to Nashville. I remember it was like 20 hours and the bus, very long journey. And I arrived to Nashville at 1 after midnight, and to the downtown in the 1970 and beginning in 75. Back in 75.
And how was your English back then?
My English?
Yes.
Well, I speak English like Tarzan. But I go into the music. I speak English. The little words that I know, I learn in the listening records, or I learn in the streets. But it was very easy because to me the first language was the music, and I feel the same kind of music that the people like it. I'm looking for blues, for southern rock, for to see in person all the musicians who play the music that I like. Now it's more easy for some people who want to go into the music. You with a laptop, you go internet and YouTube, you have everything there. But in my generation, you need to go straight to the country, to the clubs, be in the street, be that night in the clubs, drinking Jack Daniel beer, and looking more age that you have to the people leave you in to the place, to the venues. And that was that I'm looking for in America, found music, live music, amazing musician to learn to play the guitar. I learned the guitar just by watching or listen records.
In Nashville, I believe you've recorded in Nashville, but you've also recorded in Memphis, and you have an album, Madrid Memphis,
Yes.
that was from 1994, 1995, and then the Madrid Chicago from 2000. You've spent time in Los Angeles, I think, too.
No, I was in LA in 90. I was in Nashville, and I in the beginning of 75, and in the end of the 76, I moved to Los Angeles.
So you lived in Nashville for a while.
See, I lived in Nashville for almost 2 years, and after 1 year in Los Angeles, I moved to Los Angeles. There I found many musicians, different kind of thing there in Nashville. Nashville was more southern rock, more country music, but in LA you found everything from rock, blues, English bands, people from New York, Detroit, Iggy Pop, Talking Head, Peter Gabriel, Johnny Winter, Van Halen.
Yes, Los Angeles is.
You have
is tremendous.
all kind of music. I was meet there, Hot Tuna, Joe McAulcone. I played with Canned Heat when Harry Mandel left the band. I found in a music store an advertise, the band looking for a guitar player, and I get audition with Canned Heat, and they take me for touring.
Wow, that's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a great story, and an advertisement in a music shop.
Yeah,
It was a
yes.
guitar shop.
In guitar shop in Sunset Boulevard, and the wall, and little paper. I live in that time in LA and Santa Monica Boulevard in Greenville, near to Village's recording studio. The studio there recording Steely Dan, amazing. I live a lot of advertising everywhere when I was in LA to searching for a job for play guitar. But I found this advertise in Sunset Boulevard, and I called, and my surprise was from the other side of the telephone was Bob Hyde. And he told me, I live in Topanga Canyon. Okay, you are very young, man. What guitar you play? And I say, I like Les Paul, old Les Paul, Strats. You have a good taste. And he give me his address, and the day after, in the morning, I take with a friend in a car. We moved to Topanga Canyon to the house of Bob Hyde to jamming, and he looked like the way that I do. And he said, "Okay, I give your telephone to Fito de la Parra. He going to call you."
And he did.
In the afternoon, I have a ring. My phone ring. I was Fito from the other side. Told me, "Hey, Bob was impressed with you, kid. You play blues, eh? You play really good blues. Okay, do you like to come to my house? We're going to rehearsal a little bit, and that's start." This.
So you toured
story.
with Canned Heat.
I toured a little bit. Yeah, I toured a little bit, but I was very young. I like touring, but sometimes I like also fun. I remember in the middle of the tour, I met a girl from Mexico, and I fell in love, and I followed her to San Francisco. And I don't say nothing to Fito. And they have to move to Texas, and I moved with the girl to San Francisco. And he tried to find me, and I was very, very bad. And when I back to LA 2 months, after 2 months, he called me because they was worried about me. He said, something happened to Javier. And I said, no, I have fallen in love with a girl. I was, I live in like in a cloud.
In a cloud, yes.
Yeah. And the guy said, okay, Javier, we found a guitar player for playing your side in Texas. We're going to play in Starwood. The next week, I like if you come into jamming with us. And I was there, and I met was in the John Mayall, Joe McAulcone, and many friends was in the backstage.
Those are great memories. Have you kept up when you make new albums? You often have guests and people come in and perform on your albums. So some of those contacts that you've made over the years, you use them to invite people to participate on your albums.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people from the last 25, 13 years. I meet a lot of people from rock, blues, You know, I have my telephone contacts is full of
Full of
very good people. You know, but